The Aztec, or Mexica, civilization was a deeply militaristic society that favored taking military captives over killing in battle. This preference on taking live captives evolved over time and was for the religious purpose of ritual human sacrifice. The Mexica believed they were living on borrowed time and had to pay with blood in order to appease their gods. Unrivaled in military prowess, the Jaguar and Eagle Warriors were the military elite of a society that placed a heavy emphasis on battlefield strength and bravery. Eagle and Jaguar Warriors were ferocious fighters who had captured more than 4 enemy soldiers in battle. Mexica society was highly complex and stratified. A commoner did not have the same rights to land as a noble, and he was limited in what he could wear. So in turn, the perceived worth of an enemy captive also depended on the captive's own military status in his tribe and the tribe itself. Coastal tribes were held in low regard, while certain highland tribes were considered worthy adversaries. Therefore, 5 high-ranking enemy warriors from a fierce tribe would be better than a large number of lower-ranking soldiers from an inferior tribe. Considered nobility, the orders of the Eagle and Jaguar Warriors consisted mainly of hereditary nobles. However, becoming an Eagle or Jaguar Warrior depended solely on demonstrated ability to take enemy captives in battle, not on hereditary status. Therefore, entry into the orders was not restricted to the nobility, as commoners, or masewayi, could also be admitted. But such an achievement by commoners was exceptional. Commoners lacked the superior warrior training given to young nobles, making them less well-equipped, both in terms of weaponry and skills, to excel in battle. But once a commoner was admitted to the Eagle or Jaguar orders, he would be afforded the same status and rights associated with the class of nobility. He could drink pulque, wear jewelry, have concubines, eat human flesh, and dine at the royal palace. However, meritocratic nobles were always seen as inferior to their hereditary noble counterparts. All Mexica boys, both free commoners and nobility, learned about weaponry and warfare as part of their basic education. Commoners went to the Telpochcali, while young nobles went to the Calmecac. By the age of 17, young men entered formal military training. To achieve adult status, a young man had to capture his first prisoner in battle. As a young warrior captured more enemy soldiers, his status was also raised. Jaguar and Eagle warriors were highly respected, and to become one was a great honor. Eagle warriors were referred to Cuauhcuauhtin, or eagles, and Jaguar warriors as Ocelome, or jaguars. Aside from their differences in attire, pictorial evidence suggests Jaguar warriors were more common than Eagle warriors. The Mexica believed the animal's strength would be given to a warrior during battle. Both jaguars and eagles were highly revered animals, known for their agility and ferocious styles of attack, so their strengths were highly sought-after qualities by warriors. Both jaguar and eagle warsuits were made with feathers, as animal skins were only worn by non-noble warriors. Animal skins called back to a time when the Mexica were an uncivilized nomadic tribe, and so animal skins were not worthy of being worn by a noble of the now powerful Mexica. Fray Diego Duran, a Dominican missionary in 16th century Mexico, wrote, "Noble knights were dressed from head to foot in quilted armor, covered with feathers, while common men were given no feathers, but wore the skins of different animals over the quilted material. Eagle warriors, of course, adorned themselves with eagle feathers and with an eagle headdress." Historian Ian Heath writes, "Jaguar warsuits came in a variety of colors, mainly blue, but also yellow, red, and white. Though the markings were always black, the collar red, and the breechclout white. Jaguar helmets were made of wood and also decorated with feathers. Animal parts such as claws, fangs, beaks, and talons could also be used to adorn the war suits, particularly the helmets. The warriors used a number of weapons, including an atlatl, or spear, and daggers. Most notably, they also carried a macuahuitl, or a club made out of obsidian and wood. Their weapons were intended to stun and capture opponents, rather than to outright kill. Their shields were brightly colored and also decorated with feathers. High up in the mountains, the House of the Eagles, located near the city of Malinalco, was a sanctuary for Eagle and Jaguar Warriors. Here, warriors could retreat in between battles to train and perform sacred rituals. During the Battle of the Sad Night, or La Noche Triste, Hernán Cortés, Spanish conquistadores, and their native allies were driven out of the Mexica capital of Tenochtitlan. Jaguar and Eagle warriors were said to have killed the majority of the heavily armed and well-equipped Spaniards. The battle was a significant blow to Cortés, and he is said to have wept that night. This would be one of the last battles where the Jaguar and Eagle warriors' battlefield prowess and courage would be showcased. Shortly thereafter, Cortés led the siege of Tenochtitlan and the eventual destruction of the great Mexica Empire.